To do a boudoir session because it is just so incredibly empowering to be able to put on this lingerie and be this vulnerable in front of someone who seems like your best friend, honestly, after you have this kind of meet and greet with her and talk to her throughout the entire process. Just putting yourself out there, it gives you the opportunity to grow and not be complacent and put yourself in an uncomfortable position. I chose House of Rowan because of her work, honestly, and the relationship I had from the beginning with Adrian. Her work is more not as light and airy. It can be, but I'm kind of more dark and like goddess like. So her work just really spoke to me, and the relationship and the comfortable position that Adrian put me in from the beginning just absolutely blew me away. What made House of Rowan stand out to me was, first of all, it's in this Victorian house, and it's so incredibly cool. Just the atmosphere alone initially put the vibe at an all-time high. Second thing was she has a boutique in her right next to where she photographs, which is really cool. You can choose lingerie from there. You can choose really like cool trinkets that kind of just like speak to you. Um, the other thing that stood out to me was just Adrian herself. um, just her professionalism and how comfortable she makes you. And I cannot stress this enough in lingerie or topless or nude. She really just you don't feel like you're topless or nude or in lingerie when you're shooting with this wonderful woman. I would recommend House of Rowan just because of how simply Adrian made this process. It's a very hard thing to put yourself in this vulnerable position. And from the beginning, Adrian was like, what are you comfortable with? Like, we're not going to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. Um, she every position that we were in, she demonstrated it with grace and a laugh on the side, and that is just what really brought my nerves down and my anxious um, parts of being in lingerie on camera down a lot. This boudoir session absolutely changed how I viewed myself, with the help, obviously, of Adrian. And I want to preface it with when I came for my reveal, and when anyone ever comes for the reveal, you're always like, what am I going to see wrong with myself? What am I not going to like about myself? And Adrian sat me down and said, you're going to look at these pictures, and I know you have things you're going to be picky about. You're going to see that you don't like. We are not going to talk about them. We are not going to say them out loud. So immediately I looked at for things that I loved, and it just came so easy to me. And I walk around feeling like I have the best booty in the world. The biggest thing holding me back from booking sooner, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this, is weight and how we view ourselves. Um, I was always like, what can I get done in a week? Like I can go to the gym a couple more times in a week. I can eat healthier. I can de-bloat myself in a week. And honestly, disregard everything. Book immediately because Adrian will find whatever works best for your body, whatever size, whatever bloat you have that day, it'll be perfect. I wish I knew how easy the photo shoot was going to be before I booked. Everyone always comes in with nerves, which is totally reasonable and valid. But during the session, Adrian is professional, but she has kind of like a dirty side to her that'll make you laugh, and each part of your body is going to relate to some sort of food. So she tells you to point your butt to the sky or something along those lines. She'll say, point your cute little peach to the sky, or like your perfect peach to the sky, and everything is food relatable. And it makes you feel so comfortable that I should have never had nerves from the beginning. If you're thinking of booking a session, do it, especially with Adrian. I had a prior boudoir session before her, and my experience was completely different. The old boudoir session was light and airy, and that's great for some people, but the the relationship I had with the photographer was far inferior than what I had with Adrian. From the beginning, we talked about what was comfortable for me, what I would feel comfortable in. I would send her some choice ideas of what I would be dressed in, and she would give feedback and be like, I think this would look great. And, I feel like this would photograph well and you would be comfortable in this. Um, just honestly, the relationship I had with Adrian it just tops everything. My favorite part of the boudoir session was honestly just how much fun we had during the session. We laughed the entire time, and somehow it doesn't show up in my photos because there was tears coming out of my eyes of how much we were laughing, but I still look sexy as all hell in my pictures. That is just a testament to how professional Adrian is. My favorite part of the entire experience was my reveal session. And I'll tell you why. So we sat down, and everyone comes in thinking like, what am I going to pick apart about myself? Because that's just how our brains work. Adrian said, I know you have things you don't like about yourself, but we are not going to talk about them. We are not going to say them out loud. We are going to hype you up and talk about how sexy you look in these pictures. And immediately, the whole session, the whole review session was me saying like, damn, I am sexy. The product I'm most excited for is this baby right here. Ugh, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at this. And I'll tell you what the best part about this is. One, it's glossy, so it's not like your regular canvas. Two, this is probably 3 pounds and it's metal, which is crazy. When she handed it to me earlier, I expected my arms to just drop to the ground, but it is so light. And I mean, look at her. I love my album. I mean, first of all, look at this color. Second of all, geez. If you could see every picture and how she just kind of put my pictures into here, it's perfection. And what I'm going to do with this is, wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm going to show everyone at home. Just the art. This is literally like an art magazine, truly, with my sexy self starred in it. My images turned out far better than I expected. You come into here not thinking that you're going to look like this, but you actually look like this. Seeing yourself through the lens of Adrian is just so incredibly empowering and sexy. Like the fact that she finds these angles that like this is just what you look like and just portrays them across this album and anywhere else. It's incredible. And my favorite picture, it's actually really hard to choose because I love my butt. But I'm gonna go with, I had it. I'm gonna go with honestly anything from these 2 pages. You choose. It's just probably this one. It's a little scandalous. If not, it's this one. It's just from anything head to toe, it's perfection. My experience from start to finish was a 15 out of 10, 20 out of 10. How high? It's a high out of 10. Just everything from the booking process, her reaching out to me, finding what type of lingerie I wanted to wear and what kind of feel I was going for the session, to actually going into the session, having a blast, getting, pampered that day, to the reveal session, to honestly I feel like Adrian is my best friend at this point. She's my ultimate hype girl, and I couldn't have asked for truly a better photographer to photograph this. The only thing I would like to add on top of everything else is that she opens her boutique and these First Fridays and these events to kind of just build that relationship with you. So when you come into your session, or if you're thinking about doing a session, you can come to these First Fridays or come and see what she has in the boutique and just kind of get a feel for if this is your style or if Adrian, matches your personality, and she will. But she really just gives you that opportunity to build a relationship before you come in here half naked or in lingerie.